276 in the yard.
Oh. We got the garbage can.
Yeah. We were going, right? And so we left at what, 11:20, a little after that. So we were 25 minutes on the path. By the time we got to Cal, we were an hour and 5 minutes.
Hey buddy, how's it going?
So that gives you an idea how good we ran. An hour.
Shave even more off.
We ran
got here, right?
Yeah, we ran 2:15 to Cal 2, and then like 2:10 to here. That's pretty good in the dark the whole way. Yeah, a lot of zombies out there. Zombie hunting on the. Yeah. But it's just, you know, you get in the dark and can't see anything, and if you're hurting, then it just seems to go on forever, right? Your miles are, you know, 20 minutes rather than 15, and it takes you a lot longer to get to the aid stations, and you start running out of food and grub, and the whole thing starts to spiral. Yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful he's gonna be able to get it done. I had my doubts earlier in the day when I saw him down in those times he was running across the Thumb and at Michigan Bluff. I mean, when you're like, what, 12, 15 minutes under the cutoff and you're at last chance, that's not that good. You got a lot of work to do. But yeah, no. Jeez. I hope he keeps going. I gotta go chase him over at the Pointed Rocks after I get some sleep. He's still got his stomach and he's still got his legs enough to keep going, so I told him once the sun comes up, they get about, what, 2 hours before it starts cooking again. They better get their swerve on, and that's time, so we'll see. He's with his brother now, so they'll have fun. He's in good spirits, so that's the best part, you know. If you're in here and you're all messed up, then it's a grind, but I think he'll be all right. He's got to get up to the Green Gate. That's the last, you know, really monster climb. The other ones are uphill, but they're not like that. Yeah. Man, that guy's going through some goose. Salted watermelon goose by the handfuls.
Going out of Forest Hill, going down to Cal Street, this was a big, giant section for me and my dad. I knew that I could make up a lot of time here. Cal Street was one of those bomber sections of just 18 miles of just like a lot of downhills, a little bit of rolly, but mostly downhill, down to the river. A lot of great opportunities to make up time with not a lot of hills to kind of take time away from you. So again, I had to go into the charging mental state where I was like, all right, I got to make time. It's going to hurt, and you know, you're going to be sleepy and just out of energy, but you just got to keep on rolling. So when we finally got to the river, I was able to trade off my dad for my brother, and I was able to get some of my again, just more supplies from him, and then keep on continuing through the river. From the last few aid stations and most of the run, I had a lot of chafing areas and places I wish I didn't have, and once my body touched the water, it was a pretty painful moment. I had to take a moment in the middle of the river as the water's rushing by me to like kind of just you know, scream at myself, and And then I had to keep on going, and we eventually got to the river. And what was really nice is the river was so cold that it kind of conditioned my legs again, kind of iced them for a little bit, since we had probably a good maybe 4 or 5 minutes crossing. So it was a nice time for my legs to get refreshed, and got out of the water and kept on rolling. Didn't have a drop bag there. It didn't change any of my shoes, which kind of bit me in the ass later. But you know, at that time, you kind of make up time, and you can't spend any time sitting and changing shoes. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna plug through and have my feet get completely trashed. We started climbing towards Green Gate, and we started hauling ass. This is where I really started just kicking and really going fast. I was feeling good. My legs were fresh. I had my brother with me, so it was just like double energy, double feeling good. And Matt was like, all right, you're going good. We're moving, we're grooving. And he was really liking the pace we're doing, which helps the mental confidence and the energy. And we got to Green Gate, and I got to see a lot of my good running friends, MJ. She kind of looked at me, she's like, you got this, Austin, you're doing great, and you're rolling, just keep going. And that was a great energy booster, even though I almost started, you know, crying in the aid station. And then we went through the aid station and checked out and headed toward ALT. At this point, halfway between ALT and Green Gate, the sun started coming up. And as a runner, when the sun comes up after going through a whole night of running, which is a long time, it feels like, when the sun comes up, you feel like a kick of energy. So you could be tired, and the sun comes up, and you're like a new person, you're a new man. And it's a great energy to use when you're really trying to make up time still. So we were running, and the sun came up, and after the sun came up, we were pretty quiet between ALT and Green Gate because it was still dark, and I still hadn't, trying to get my stuff focused. And once the sun came up, that's when everything started to brighten up, and me and Matt were like, I was talking more, and me and Matt were shooting the and having a good time. And then we got through ALT really quick. I just at this time, I didn't really need anything. My stomach was going south already, so just Coke, water, gone. Not wasting any time, at least maybe even just less than 2 minutes in each aid station, which is exactly what you need at that point. From ALT to Browns Bar, that's when really things started to get fun. Got a lot of good running. We were just kind of having fun, just singing songs and just doing stupid shit, and saying movie quotes or just TV quotes, or just tired and disoriented at this point, so we're kind of just making the best and the most fun out of it. And that was probably the most fun moment I had at the race, is just kind of going from ALT to Browns Bar and just enjoying it at that point. We got into Cool and went through the meadow, and that was a great moment. I was running through that meadow was always great. Nice nostalgic part of the race. Just one of those kind of sit there and enjoy it moments. Got into to Pointed Rocks and saw MJ again. Tried not to cry this time. Told myself I couldn't do that. And then got a Coke and some water, and saw my buddy Garrett. Garrett gave me a little boost of confidence and made me laugh, and like he usually does. And then I kept going down the trail. After that, we were just hauling. It was just a nice bomber downhill, 2 miles, 3 miles to No Hands, and it hurt. At this point, my legs were hurting, and I just knew it was going to hurt until the end, and I really didn't care at that point. And it was just kind of just trudging along. And we eventually got to No Hands, and saw my dad again. And he kind of checked in and kind of saw us off. We didn't really spend any time in No Hands. I basically just filled up a bottle, and at this point I wasn't really eating. I think I wasn't really eating much, so really didn't eat much, and kind of just busted through and made my way to Roby.
Just water. Just a little bit. Smoking on the other side. Nice and
We're going there saying Hotel Heliopolis.
Keep moving.
Hotel Heliopolis. Sorry. Good luck for that guy.
I'm good. That's good. I'm good. Alright, you guys need your gels? I got some gels in my pocket. No? You good? Just stay cool over there. You're gonna get on the other side of the bridge and it's gonna be warm. You're doing great, man. Always the milk right warm. I know. It's just running home, man. It's running home. Looking good, guys.
You can do it!
Good job, Austin!
Get that buckle, buddy.
All right, Austin! Doing it, Austin!
Water went down my pants. Tip the chain. Perfect. It's gonna be really blaring, like you said. I'll be okay. Tilt my bill down a little farther.
Going from no hands to Roby, it was hot. That's when it was really getting warm up. Basically, my brother was keeping me going from shade to shade. I started laughing at him because every time we hit a point, he's like, "He's got some shade over here. Down here, he got some more shade. Turn the corner, and then there's even more shade." So you just keep going shade from shade.
I love you, man. Let's fix it. Let's get it done. Working it. That's the motto. Greatest day of your life until you get to go to the Tetons. Here we go. Shade part. Keep it going. Rest in the shade or whatever you want to do. Run in the hot, rest in the shade, whatever. Just get in a rhythm. Got a good shady spot. Get ready. We got a whole shady section. Here we go, buddy. Shady spot, take a rest, let's go. We got the loop-de-loops. It's not too hot. We're good, man. Let's keep it going. This is a good section right here, good downhill right here. Lots of shade. Let's roll. Shady, shady. All the way around. We got a shady climb. Fine, just keep going the pace you're going. Let's just keep grinding. Same thing on this hill. Let's do the same thing we did on Quarry Road Hill. Same thing we did on Green Gate. Last war, last battle, right here. Let's get it done. Then you won't have to train for 3 weeks.
So we got to the Roby climb and made our way up. We got up to the aid station, and then I saw my folks from Fleet Feet, Roseville, and who usually run the aid station there. I got to see Elka and Jocelyn were the two people I saw right before I got there. And then I looked at my brother and I was like, "Hey, how much time do we have?" He's like, "Dude, it's 10:05. You got 55 minutes to finish this. You have plenty of time." And that was kind of a nice just sigh of relief, where I was like, "All right, dude." If you don't have it, if you don't think you don't have it, you have it right now, and you have plenty of it. So I kind of just took a sigh of relief, and my pace really slowed down after that. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to take every step and enjoy it. Filled up my bottles at Roby, got to see my Fleet Feet people, thanked them, and they pushed me off up the hill, and this is where all the crowd and my friends started to all my running friends and family friends and family started to crowd around, and we started picking up people as we were going. got to the party at the top of Roby, and it felt like the whole town was there. It was great to see everybody, some of my mom's side of the family, and dad's side of the family, and family friends, and yeah, it was just a wonderful moment. Probably one I'll never forget, especially as first Western states. It's just indescribable. You know, it's hard to explain it as a person. You know, I'm from the outside, but when you do it yourself, it's just amazing. After we got to the party at the top, again, kept seeing more people. Got to see my friend Kim. I got to see Kim, and that was awesome. Kim's one of those people that's really pushed me through all my training, and it was great to see her and see her. Yeah, see her all excited to get me rolling down the road. So yeah, to see the people I train with and people really pushed me and got me to where I needed to be for the race. It was great to be running in with those people. So yeah, running down the road was awesome. Last mile was slow, but that's how I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be really slow and enjoy every moment and run it with the people I love, and that's simple as that. Got to run with my brother, my dad, my brother, Elka, Marco, Garrett. I'm trying to remember everybody. It's hard to remember, but there's more people there that I think that I forgot about. And if I didn't, I'm sorry. If I remember you, I'm sorry. Yeah, we went down the road and eventually got to Bisp's house. And I remember telling Bisp before the race that I'm going to be really excited to go by his house. I told him that I'm going to run by his house. And I'm going to remember running by, and I'm going to remember going up that hill and getting you down to the course, down to the finish. And we passed his house, and again, keep seeing more people and that I knew, and more people congratulating me, and just eventually made it down to the gate, which was kind of a surreal moment because I don't know, it was just so overwhelming that you get to that point, you're like, oh wow, I'm finally towing the track. And then I finally got on the track, and yeah, just I couldn't run any slower. You know, you kind of wish all day to be done with the run, but once you touch that track, you don't want it to end. Yeah, running around the track was I was waiting for that for a long time. Yeah, that was definitely something I was waiting for a long time. To run around it with my family and towing that last 100 meters. I got to see my brother, Trevor, and one of the images I really wanted to, that really got me through training and most of the day was running in with him and running with my family. Because Trev doesn't usually get those opportunities to enjoy finishing a race or enjoy the energy of finishing a race. So getting that moment was really awesome to get to him and be a part of. Yeah, finally see him and seeing his face brighten up, and see my mom and see my grandparents and kind of give them a wave as we ran by. And they've definitely been two people that have always believed in my running, and seeing them at the finish was definitely awesome. And then finally running that last straightaway, and basically kind of being around every person that I possibly could know or see or be a part of the race around me was just I couldn't ask for more, really. Probably could never have a better finish.
And following her is Auburn's own Austin Twietmeyer. Austin Twietmeyer, his first 100-mile run. He did live Milano last year. His first Western States. This is Austin Twietmeyer coming in with his brothers and his dad and his mom. Tim, the great tweet, Nat 505, Kathy Tweet, Big Tweet, Trevor Twietmeyer is with them all.
Good job, Trevor.
That now gives the Twietmeyer families more than 25 Western State scholarships. Well done, Austin Twietmeyer.
And then having a John manager announce your name was the cherry on top. Then I finished, and then after that I was again, I didn't want it to end. I last straight away, went really fast. Got to hug everybody, my family, to everybody. Yeah, just hug everybody and just thank them for being part of the journey, and thanks for getting me there. Yeah, it was truly amazing.
I think it's a lot of it's dark. It's okay. You trimmed your nails, dude. I did. Is that a blister? Takes it off. When you get up there,
That's an 81% finishing rate, and so an outstanding job from everyone who dug deep to get to that finish line. We had 123 silver buckle finishers this year. Marcelino.
Keeping people on their toes.
And a time of 28:50, JAnyathan.
And in 262nd place, in a time of 29:26 from Auburn, my son, Austin Twietmeyer. In 29:27, Ty Yang. 29:33, Mick Keene. And 29:34, Brad Bishop. And 29:34 as well, Roger Curtis.
Way to go, kid.
29:34, Patrick Grange.
Rough day out there. We did it. We did it.
And 29:36. This was quite a group here. Constant Wanamaker.
So proud of you.
29:38, Brent Robinson.
Because Bill was telling me, and I'm like, come on, Austin.
More later.
Without my shadow. Tough day.
29:48, Steve Clank.
So yeah, my plans after States would probably just take a good break from running. 6 months of just doing work and running all the time kind of takes away a lot of life out of you. So yeah, just kind of getting weekends back and getting afternoons and evenings back is it'll be nice. So I'll probably just hang out, take a break for the rest of the year.
You're still going to be involved in the running community?
Absolutely. Still more people doing hundreds out there, and they need crew people. As long as there's hundreds, there's going to be activity from everybody. This time next year, if I put in for States in December and I somehow get picked for my one ticket out of the odds that are really low now, yeah, if I get picked, I'll do it. If my brother doesn't get picked, I will give my entry to him because he deserves it. Yeah, I will. If I got a ticket in and he didn't seem to make it or get it through a sponsor, I will definitely give him my ticket if I won. Because yeah, it's his turn. It would be his turn for sure.